Well, we've got winter weather inbound again, and not just winter weather, the potential for a significant and impactful winter storm. We've already had some precipitation falling overnight, and you probably noticed that it was in the form of snow and even some snow that wasn't snow, those little ice pellets, sleet. We had quite a bit of that setting up here in Lexington as well. So the problem is that has put down yet another fresh coating. It wasn't a lot. But a fresh coating on the pavement. That's from, of course, Kroger Field from our BCTC live weatherbug camera. And out of Keeneland, you can still see some of that little crystally stuff flying in the air, though. So watch it on the roads. It doesn't take much to cause slick problems out there because we've already got roads that are still dealing with ice from last week that we haven't gotten rid of because we haven't warmed up enough. So that wave is pushing through. This is the main impact from it. There'll be additional spotty stuff behind it, but really the main wave has gone through, but we're in between rounds. We'll see a much more significant blast coming in by later this afternoon and especially into this evening, and that is the one that means business. And if you noticed over the weekend, we've been putting out, of course, potential snowfall ice accumulation maps, and as well the stacking of the warnings and the advisories and everything else. The winter storm warning is still in place for northern Kentucky. Our western counties does include Fayette County, but the ice storm warning has been nudged a little farther north to west. It now includes Garrett County, Madison County, going down towards Casey County there, and then dropping south. So they got the potential from Somerset, northeast especially. It's going to be in a band that could include parts of 75. You get down towards Rockcastle County and then northeast, where there could be significant icing. And then you get into the heavy snow potential on the back end of this. So we've got multiple threats coming our way. Morning rounds diminished. I'm taking you out through noon. Notice not a whole lot happening. And then you get into the afternoon, and that's where the moisture ramps back up again. This is the one that'll have significantly more moisture to work with and will be much more robust. So this is where we could get into these extreme, snowfall totals out west, extreme for Kentucky, and of course dangerous icing south and east, even that mixed precipitation most prevalent into our southeastern counties. Lexington's kind of running the dividing line there, and I'll explain that coming up. But by later on this evening, as the system starts to pull out of here, we'll wrap colder air in, which means we'll transition over to all snow. And this is where we will top off some of that accumulated ice with a layer of snow on top before it finally winds down overnight and then things clear out. So tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies. It's going to stay cold the rest of the week. And then there's another round coming in Wednesday night into Thursday. Potential snowfall. This shows numbers that literally range from anywhere from an inch or two down in Richmond, where you're mainly going to be concerned about icing, over to a half a foot or more as you get into our western counties. That is how sharp the divide is going to be. So there's going to be somebody within this zone, especially in and around Lexington, hoping for a big snow that could end up very disappointed with more ice than anything else. And that in itself is a very dangerous thing. Eastern Kentucky snowfall totals rapidly ramp down as you start to get them undercut by that potential for icing. And then we kick over to pretty much forecasting a potential ice accumulation in tenths of an inch. So you're talking anywhere from a tenth of an inch upwards of possibly half an inch of ice or more. And when you start talking about numbers like that, a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch of ice, that is where you can have significant tree damage. Roads become almost impassable. We went through all this last week with the round that came through here in the Bluegrass, and the potential for power outages. So it's going to be a pretty rough 24 to 48 hours for us. Even long after the storm's gone, the impact will be felt. It's 19 degrees in Lexington. We have a single-digit wind chill. It feels like it's 5 out there. So when you see Claire Crouch out there, or Claire Kopsky, or Alex Valverde doing their live shots and they're shivering a little bit, that's the reason why. I mean, it's cold. And look at the temperatures. We do not warm up anytime soon, although there is hope in sight. I know all this doom and gloom about winter weather. Arctic air, which is what you're looking at here, it expands out through Thursday and Friday. Might get you down a little bit, but there is light at the end of the tunnel as far as above normal temperatures, at least, we're showing. This is the weekend into next week, a swing back in the other direction. So as we get into latter parts of February, hopefully we'll break this Arctic cold snap that we've been increasingly dealing with. And of course, as well, these rounds of active winter weather. All that time spent on talking about what's going on today into tonight. Remember, there is yet another round that could be brewing Wednesday, Thursday. The hits just keep coming. That one could throw significant, heavier snowfall, possibly mirroring the track out west. We're going to get a closer look at that as we get closer to it. And then, of course, some hints of a warm up, but we're still talking 30s even into the weekend.